What's up, you freaking geniuses? So this problem was by request. So I'm going to teach you how to solve it in two different ways. All right, so here you can see it says 4.8 times 10 to the negative 19th over, or divided by, 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th. Okay, so how would you begin solving this? Well, something really important to understand is that when it comes to fractions, okay, this is more of a complex fraction, but when it comes to fractions, whenever you have the exact same number or variable or anything on the top and the bottom, they always cancel each other out. Okay, so here you can see we have 10 to the negative 19th, and on the bottom we have 10 to the negative 19th, right? Exact same thing, so those cancel out. So this fraction, we just reduced it to just this now, right? So here this would be 4.8 over 1.6. And now this is a lot easier to solve, right? So then 4.8 over 1.6, that's the same thing as 4.8 divided by 1.6, right? Or another way we could write it is 4.8 divided by 1.6. Okay, now how do you divide decimals? Well, it's not too complicated, okay? All you have to do is turn this number out here into a whole number. So in order to do that, you just have to grab the decimal and move it over one time for this number, okay? Because now instead of having it as 1.6, we turned it into 16. Okay, but the thing is, if you grab this decimal and move it one time, you also have to come inside to your number right here, grab that decimal, and also move it one time. So then if I rewrite my problem, this would be 16 divided into 48, okay? So dividing 16 into 48, well, 16 doesn't go into 4, but it does go into 48 3 times, okay? And if you wanted to check that, you could just do 16 times 3, and here you do 6 times 3, which is 18, carry the 1, and then 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So 48, right? Okay, so since 16 goes into 48 exactly 3 times, that means there's no remainder. So our answer here is just 3. Okay, so going back up here, 4.8 divided by 1.6 is equal to 3. So that means going back to this original problem, your answer would simply be 3, okay? Because again, these canceled out, the 10 to the negative 19. So we were just left with 4.8 divided by 1.6, right? And we solved that, well, all the way down here, and it was just 3, okay? So your answer right here would just be 3. Now, one other way you can attack this problem is by splitting this up into two fractions, okay? So I'm basically gonna split this up into a fraction and split this up into a fraction. So then here I would do 4.8 over 1.6, and then I would multiply that, right? Because we're multiplying all these numbers together. 10 to the negative 19 over 10 to the negative 19. Now remember, any number divided by itself is equal to 1, right? So again, since we have the same number on top and the bottom, this whole thing reduces down to just 1. And then I'll bring down the rest of the problem right here. So 4.8 over 1.6 times 1. Okay, well, whenever you multiply anything by 1, it doesn't change the answer, right? So 4.8 over 1.6 times 1 is really just 4.8 over 1.6. Okay, so then you can see we wind up at the same part we did right there, right? 4.8 over 1.6. So then again, at this point, you would just go through this division again, and you'd still get the same answer of 3. So if you found the video helpful, definitely leave a thumbs up down below. And if you have any other questions or want to see any other examples, just let me know in the comment section below. Also, there's a couple playlists attached that I think you'll find helpful, so definitely check those out, and I'll see you there.